If you are eating regular meals, but you still find yourself constantly thinking about food or feeling like you could eat everything in your house, even though you physically actually feel full, this video reveals the hidden hormone disruption that's hijacking your hunger signals and keeping you trapped in the cycle of never feeling satisfied. Let me describe a day that might sound all too familiar. You eat a decent breakfast, but by 10 o'clock, you're already thinking about snacks. You have lunch, and then an hour later, you're browsing through the kitchen cabinet or looking for a snack at the work. You eat dinner with your family, but then at cleaning up, you find yourself picking at the leftovers, even though you're physically not hungry anymore. And then you go to bed feeling frustrated and confused, like, why can't I just be satisfied? Or how come I'm not losing weight? Or why am I always thinking about food? What's wrong with me? Here is what you need to hear. Nothing is wrong with you. Your hunger signals have been hijacked by hormone disruption, and this is not your fault. The diet industry wants you to believe that the constant hunger is a willpower problem and that you just need to have more self-control. You'd be able to eat normal portions and feel satisfied. And that is complete garbage. What is really happening is that your hunger and your satiety hormones, leptin and ghrelin, have been disrupted by chronic stress that keeps your cortisol levels elevated, and it interferes with leptin sensitivity. Other things like inflammatory foods that will create leptin resistance in your brain. Irregular meal timing is another thing that confuses your body's natural response to hunger and rhythms. Sleep deprivation is another one that throws off this delicate balance of hunger hormones. And restrictive dieting, which is billion-dollar company or industry, teaches your body to hoard calories and to never feel safe around food. Leptin is your safety hormone. It's supposed to tell your brain, I'm full, stop eating. But when you have leptin resistance, your brain can't hear the signal. It's like it's screaming, I'm satisfied, but your brain has your fingers in its ears and it's not listening. Ghrelin is your hunger hormone. It's supposed to rise when you need fuel, and it's supposed to fall when you have eaten enough. But chronic stress and poor sleep keep ghrelin elevated, so you feel hungry when your body has plenty of energy. This isn't about lacking discipline, you see? Your body is functioning exactly as it's supposed to be doing, but the inputs that you have been dealing with have disrupted the entire system. This hormone disruption affects so much more than just your weight. Mentally, you feel obsessed with food, like you're thinking about your next meal before you've even finished the one right in front of you. You start to question your willpower, and you start to believe that you're addicted to food or you have a problem. You start avoiding social situations that involve eating, and physically, your energy is getting these crashes after meals because instead of feeling fueled by your food, you are experiencing this brain fog, mood swings, and constant low energy and anxiety about when you're going to feel hungry again. So in your relationships, you feel irritable around meals. You feel guilty about how much you're eating, what you should be eating, and you start hiding your eating patterns from your family, your friends, your kids. And you're modeling a very chaotic relationship with food, and they're absorbing it all through your emotions. So if hormone disruption is something that you're struggling with and you're ready to start healing those hunger signals naturally, then I've actually created a free resource that walks you through those steps. And it's my 7-day email series, The Secret to Losing Weight. And it includes the specific strategies for rebalancing these hormones, leptin and ghrelin. And the link is in the description below. So what is actually causing this hormone chaos? I'm going to break it down for you, the main culprits. 1, chronic inflammation. So when your body is constantly dealing with inflammation and inflammatory foods, it creates inflammation in your hypothalamus, the part of your brain that controls the hunger signals. This inflammation actually blocks leptin from doing its job. The second one is cortisol dysregulation. And as a busy mom, your cortisol is likely elevated or it's through the roof. High cortisol levels are directly interfering with your leptin sensitivity, and it keeps ghrelin elevated as well, making you feel hungry even when you don't need food. The third one is blood sugar roller coasters. I see this all the time. When you're eating foods that are spiking your blood sugar, think chips, crackers, cookies, easy snacks, it gives you this quick burst of energy followed by a crash. And during that crash, your body panics and it sends the hunger hormone again, even if you ate plenty of calories. The fourth one is digestive digestive dysfunction, so your gut produces many of hunger and satiety hormones. And when your digestive system is inflamed or imbalanced, these hormone signals get disrupted as well. The fifth one is sleep deprivation. Just one poor night of sleep can increase your ghrelin by 15% and decrease leptin by 18%. And as moms, we are chronically sleep deprived, which means that our hunger hormones are chronically imbalanced. The sixth one is diet history. Every restrictive diet that you have ever taught you to have food scarcity is a threat to your body, and your body responds by becoming efficient at storing calories and less sensitive to the satiety signals. So you don't need to have willpower in this situation. You have to address the root cause that's disrupting these signals in the first place. And stop doing the thing that's not working anymore. So some of the common habits that I see people trying to do is just eating smaller portions. When your brain's not hearing the signal, the smaller portions just leave you feeling unsatisfied and more obsessed with food. Another thing I see people do is intermittent fasting. So when your hormones are already disrupted, the last thing you want to do is restrict your eating window and make you feel like you're not going to eat. The third one, mindful eating. Well, yeah, it's helpful. I love this tool, but it can't override the hormone disrupted signals. You can be perfectly mindful and still not feel satisfied if your leptin and ghrelin hormones aren't communicating. And the last one is more willpower. So you could have the willpower of a Navy SEAL, and it wouldn't matter if your brain really isn't receiving the I'm full signal. And then the other thing that I see too many women do is exercise or over intense exercise, which can lead to cortisol dysregulation. Exercise is a good thing, but when we take it and run it the other way, it can actually lead to more stress and more inflammation in the body. So what do you got to do? It starts with creating safety in your body. We have to reduce the inflammatory foods that are blocking insulin signaling. We have to suppress the nervous system so cortisol can actually come down to normal levels. We have to start to heal your gut so it can properly produce and regulate hunger hormones. And we need to start to optimize sleep and your circadian rhythm to restore the natural hormone cycles. The beautiful thing is, when you address these root causes, then the hunger signals start to work normally again. You start to naturally feel satisfied after your meals. You stop constantly thinking about food. Your cravings start to quiet down. This isn't about controlling your appetite. It's about healing your appetite so it works the way it's supposed to work. In my next video, I'm going to be sharing the complete history of how my client Sarah had healed her leptin resistance and lost 30 pounds by focusing on her gut health without restrictive dieting required, because I don't believe in that, where she went from constantly being hungry and thinking about food to completely feeling satisfied around meals and still losing weight. And when you start to heal your hunger hormones the right way, then this is possible for you too. If you want that guide, you can get it in my 7-day email series. It walks you through the simple day-to-day steps to start to rebalance the leptin and ghrelin hormones naturally. And just think, your life could soon be you sitting down for a meal, eating, and feeling fully satisfied for 4 to 5 hours after you eat. That's the goal. That's a normal, healthy body. You will no longer have to have cravings and urges that make you feel like if you don't have it, you're going to die. You will now start to model a healthy relationship with eating for your family, for your kids. And all this isn't wishful thinking. This is what happens when your hunger hormones are actually working properly, and it's absolutely possible to heal them, even though they have been disrupted for years, and I'm speaking from a place of truth. The framework that I'm talking about exists, and the science is clear, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. If you recognize yourself in this video and you are tired of feeling controlled by constant thoughts of hunger, then hit subscribe. And if you didn't do so already, you can grab the guide, the 7-day email series designed specifically for moms who are ready to restore their hunger and their relationship with their body and finally lose weight. Let me know in the comments below, what is the time of the day where you experience hunger chaos? I'd love to know.